Against my better judgment, I was browsing Twitter when I came across this tweet of Abyssal Squid calling out two content creators for abusing a locker exploit against him. Survivors exploiting lockers? Shocking, I know. The way it works is that one survivor will wait inside the locker with head on, while the other will make sure to go down in front of the locker. I'm not sure how, but the down survivor is able to body block the option to search the locker. This forces the killer to either pick up and be stunned with head on, or to leave and allow a free heal, resulting in a lose-lose situation for the killer. This is an obvious exploit that Alby and Quaddi were happy to abuse over and over and over. Oh, and to be clear, this wasn't something they just randomly discovered this game. They loaded in, fully intending to take advantage of this exploit with builds to support it.
Alright, fuck it, we shouldn't lock them. Already, I'm hopped in.
Clean.
Alright, we do the same shit to him though.
Crawl locker?
Yeah. You can still CJ it too.
Yeah.
Crawl locker, I'll crawl locker, just go locker. Nah.
Wait, there's no way.
Oh, now he wants me. Wait, go back to me.
Yeah. I'm hopping in.
Oh my god, I'm looking.
Oh no.
Look at once. I'll crawl.
No.
Technically, despite this tech, you can still get the search prompt, but it's really difficult with a slug in the way. So difficult that these two were shocked when Abyssal managed to pull it off.
He's trying so hard. Nah, what?
That's crazy.
So far away.
He did.
I didn't know that. Alright. Might have to start crawling backwards. I'm just gonna start like mirroring where the killer's standing.
Alright, these guys are assholes, but I gotta applaud the tenacity. Rather than be deterred, they immediately start plotting ways to prevent killers from bypassing their exploit. Talk about an iron will. Praise does have to end there though, because as scummy as exploiting is, they gaslit Abyssal when he brought up being unable to search lockers during the game, which is arguably worse.
For some godforsaken reason, I can't search the locker when you're down by it. Wait, really?
Wait. It's so weird. The gaslight duo.
We're so wholesome. 7K hours? They have 7,000 hours?
7,000?
Nah, we just gaslit someone with 7K hours.
Adding that to the resume.
Yeah, real funny abusing an exploit and laughing about gaslighting the person you did it to. You two are hilarious. Wait, sorry. I mean scumbags. Absolute garbage. Do take note that Quaddi initiated the gaslighting here, because later on, his PR manager AbolishEGirls is going to tell us all about what a kind-hearted and positive person he is. Oops. Spoilers. Oh well, the point here is just to remember that genuinely nice people don't pull this nonsense. These two are no better than the people hacking for quote-unquote entertainment. Funny enough, that's actually the reason Alby gives, before trying to walk it back and claim they were just trying to lock her CJ. There was no remorse, no hesitation, and no regret. Well, until they were rightfully called out on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, let's take a look at how everything went down. I'll be paraphrasing most of this, so please, pause if you'd like to read for yourself. Following the match, Abyssal made the following tweets, explaining the game and expressing his frustration. He played against content creators he didn't want to name that were abusing a bug that led to easy saves. He had a good time despite the bug abuse, checked their VODs, and discovered that the bug abuse was intentional. There was some poo talk about ping and tunneling, despite him never doing that, and joking about how they were gaslighting him in in-game chat. Point being, Abyssal was bummed about their behavior, and understandably so. And, he wasn't the only one. Abyssal posted an update going over the desire to talk it out in DMs, and being scared to name-drop the exploiters over potential of fan harassment. Alby and Quaddi are pretty large, so that's understandable. However, I don't care how big these two are. They were assholes, and anyone that would justify exploiting because it's their favorite creator doing it can suck me from the back through my jorts. This tweet, naturally, was met with more support, and, after some encouragement, Abyssal came forward with the names by adding Alby and Quaddi for an explanation or apology. It is at this point that the AbolishEGirls PR firm enters the situation, so let's see what insight she has. She gives some mumbo jumbo about being careful because they don't want to hurt people and that we're streamers, there's no editor takebacks. She's right, of course, but those talks about caution really didn't help much if Quaddi's exploiting, huh? She's sorry Abyssal had a bad experience, but she wants him to know that Quaddi is such a positive and kind-hearted person. His apology may not have been what you hoped, but it's still genuine. I didn't get a chance to read that apology, but I'm just gonna guess it was a genuine crock of shit. If Alby and Quaddi were kind, good-hearted people, they wouldn't be abusing exploits for content. Then again, maybe I'm the asshole, and everyone doing the locker invincibility bug back in 2023 were just positive and kind-hearted people. Anyway, she goes on to clarify that even though it's just banter to the streamers, words can be hurtful to outsiders, and that streamers should try to be mindful of what they say. It's a good message, but also not really the point. The issue was the blatant and intentional abuse of an exploit by scumbags. I can appreciate her trying to diffuse for her friends, but it just reads like she's the head of public relations. Abyss lets PR Girl know he appreciates the response and the other perspective, even apologizing for blowing the situation out of proportion and saying he just wanted his experience to be heard. Personally, I don't think Abyssal blew anything out of proportion. This shit was giga scummy, and Abyssal drew the short end of the stick by facing such nonsense. PR Girl once again says she's sorry about Abyssal having a bad experience, making sure to give Quaddi a quick polish afterwards. Every other word so far is about what a positive, kind-hearted, nice, sweet guy Quaddi is. She's either too busy glazing him to acknowledge his exploit abuse and gaslighting, or she's carefully avoiding it. Either way, going on about what a great guy Quaddi is to the guy he pretty much bullied is crazy work. I don't know how he kept his cool, but Abyssal's response to the last thread was to apologize to Quaddi for his response. He says Quaddi's apology was bad, but owns up to the way he reacted and lets us all know that things were settled in DMs. At least they were with one of the Tur twins. I didn't manage to see the apology in question, or Abyssal's response, so no comment on those. Things were settled with Quaddi, but not with Big Al himself, who tweeted something I didn't get the chance to see for myself, but Abyssal did. I'm thinking it was an awful attempt at publicly burying the hatchet from Abyssal's response of, hard to say all resolved. When you posted this before I could really talk to you. You're acting like I forgive you. I don't. Alby's replies of, what more do you want from me? I've apologized and we both said our piece. I understand you don't want to forgive, but when offered if there was more I could do, you said no. Before we even read these DMs, no shit, dude. You gaslit this guy after abusing an exploit against him. I'm just a bystander, and I want nothing to do with any of you losers. I can't really comment on Alby's final tweet since I didn't see those DMs, so let's check the current ones. Abyssal's opening DMs are just him saying he won't make their exchange public. Alby gives the sad, sorry excuse that the exploit we abused against you was, it was supposed to be funny for the viewers. Nothing personal. Oh, okay. They were abusing the exploit for views. Okay, I'm glad that's sorted. Alby also addressed the ping and tunneling comments, but to me, that's just in-game talk, so who cares? He goes on to say that the gaslighting was just light-hearted joking between him and Alby. And sure, gaslighting can be funny. Part of the fun, though, is filling the person you gaslit in on the joke so they can laugh at it too, instead of just being the butt of it. Abyssal lets Alby know that he doesn't forgive him, and that regardless of how light-hearted Alby says it is, the experience left a dent. He was made the butt of a joke in front of a huge audience by a creator that he really liked. And, yeah, I mean, that's pretty rough. The final DM is Abyssal hoping Alby can, like himself, reflect on how everything went down and try to grow from it. Alby asks if there's anything he can do to make it up, and apologizes again for causing him hurt. His apologies declined, with Abyssal telling him that he wants nothing more to do with him. So, after reading these DMs, they're less of an apology and more of an excuse factory. We exploited for views, we gaslit for fun. If it was really all in good fun, they wouldn't have done the exploit once they thought Abyssal was sweating. they wouldn't have used their unfair advantage for a 3-man escape, and they would have let him in on the joke so he wasn't so confused after. They were just being assholes, and come to think of it, this is why eGirls tweets bug me. She showed more concern for Quaddi's reputation than she did for how he and Alby treated Abyssal. Speaking of Alby, how did he handle criticism from other people? From what I can tell, these people are replying to the deleted video that Alby made to address what happened. Alby calls the situation a nothing burger, which pretty much confirms his apology wasn't genuine. Maybe Quaddi's got it right with his whole be quiet thing, because his buddy is already looking pretty stupid. Alby is further called out for his nonsense and lack of apology. I already apologized. Sorry I didn't do it publicly. I mean, Quaddi's apparently genuine. Apology got rejected. If I apologize, it'll get rejected too. No thanks. Yeah, I know we abused a bug, but it only works 90% of the time. Not 100. Is that so wrong? He's once again called out for exploiting and not apologizing. Haha. I just can't take you seriously if my bug abusing against some cringe idiot while laughing at him makes you mad. You totally sent me, haha. You guys make it sound like I killed his cat or something. Yeah, this guy is fucking unhinged. I'll at least give Quaddi credit for likely having a decent apology, but not too much. The world's best apology wouldn't absolve him here, but good on him for not acting like a total psychopath. An apology is the bare minimum, but means nothing coming from people that are only apologizing because they got exposed. Alby may be the one that publicly crashed out, but Quaddi was right there with them exploiting. They'd still be doing it for fun, if Abyssal never spoke up, and Quaddi is just as bad as Alby for pulling that shit in the first place. Our final participant, Michelle, comes into bat for her batshit boo Alby, addressing his apology to Abyssal. You rejected Quaddi's apology, and he thought you'd reject his too, so he posted his POV. He realized he was wrong and apologized. You apologized for people attacking him, and he offered to do more, but you turned it down. All he can do is apologize. It looks resolved, so why keep bringing it up? It could just be that he has more to say about the situation as it settles in his mind. Abyssal's in the right to bring it up as much as he wants, by the way. He was done insanely dirty, and this comes off like she just wants him to shut up about it. I get that it sucks when your friends are put in a bad light, but is it really so hard to just say, I'm sorry they did that to you? Or even just not involve yourself? Albitch and Quaddi are big boys. They can lose their own battles, and they can deal with the consequences of their actions. We get clarification that the deleted post was a clip showing Alby's gameplay and words, which we've already seen, and it doesn't help his case. He took the clip down because he realized he was in the wrong, and also to handle things privately. If Alby really did realize he was in the wrong, he wouldn't be arguing with the people calling him out, but I digress. Abyssal, yet again, apologizes, this time for misunderstanding and reacting how he did, which is more than Alby's done. As if his mini crash out and poor apology weren't enough, Alby actually backtracks to say he was just trying to locker CJ when replying to a deleted post. He explained that you'll always be late on a locker CJ if the killer starts their pickup before you're out of the locker, and that he was just mistiming his locker CJ, though somehow the save would still work. Honestly, great explanation. If Alby and Quaddi themselves didn't already confirm that the exploit and CJs are two different things.
Crawl locker?
Yeah. You can still CJ it too.
Alby tries to deflect by saying anyone that's late on a locker CJ will accidentally be abusing the same bug, but that's irrelevant to his intentional abuse of it. He mentions that the exploit is only abusable with head-on, so let's just do a quick perk check and, wow, that gun could not be more smoking. As for Quaddi, he was right there with Alby abusing the exploit, so I have to assume his apology mentioned earlier was full of shit. Despite the damage control attempt by eGirls saying what a great, amazing, kind-hearted, positive person he is, his own actions depict the opposite, and her words ring hollow. Speaking of eGirl, if she had to speak, all she should have said was, I'm sorry my friends did that to you, or you didn't deserve that. Now sure, telling people that Quaddi is a positive and kind-hearted person is fine, it's just not the option I'd go with. If he truly was those things, he wouldn't have been exploiting in the first place. And singing his praises to the guy he did it to doesn't look great. The same goes to Michelle and her tweets about Alby. Suffice to say, All of them are full of shit. I don't really watch any of their content, but after seeing the way they act, I think I'll keep it that way. I'm a big believer in playing how you want, but this only applies to the actual rules of the game. Exploiting bugs is just scummy, and people as large as these should be neither doing it nor defending those that do. Also, you're acting like I killed his cat is easily a top 5 crazy responses of all time. Name a single sane person that has ever said that. I dare you. Also, behavior. Please give us a dedicated button for vaulting and searching. It's time. Also, ban these 2 idiots. Thanks. Anyway, I could only find his Twitter, but please show Abyssal some love. Abyssal, if you see this and have any other socials, please comment and I'll pin it. If you like what I do, sub to the channel and follow me on twitch.tv/MrFantastic. I stream Thursday to Sunday from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll see you over there, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.